You'll now see the aircraft collapse around 6 to 8 feet away from each other. As Red 1 pulls them up into a loop, they reach 6,000 feet, and you can see they form short diamond formation. Looks a little bit lopsided without Red 3 there. Leading the team is Red 1 squadron leader Jim Turner. It's his third and final year as the team's leader. He is a former Jaguar pilot, but he's got lots of display experience. He displayed the Jaguar. He spent 3 years previously with the Red Arrows, including leading the synchro pair, but he's also been the official advisor to the Royal Saudi Air Force's display team. You hear Reds 2 and 5 acknowledge the move now to Eagle. They do so very metronomically, the idea being that they can count on their heads when to extend and retract their air brakes in unison. That enables them to form the shape of Eagle. And in from the right, they're going to fly the Eagle Roll. As the jets go upside down, boys and girls, the pilots will see you waving. Let's give them a big wave! When the Red Arrows formed back in 1964, ready for that first season in 65, the aircraft they used was the Folland Gnat. And that was the advanced jet trainer in that era. In 1976 though, the Hawker Siddeley Hawk entered service with the Royal Air Force. And in 1980 the Red Arrows started using the Hawk as their advanced jet trainer and aerobatic aircraft. It's actually a very big anniversary for the Hawk this month. Last week, in fact, saw its 40th anniversary of its first flight. Coming in now with the spoke on, this shape is Flanker. You're about to see a very wide shape formed now. Reds 8 and 9 are going to move to the outside of the formation. Everyone's going to move forward at least one length. Now, to enable the pilots to manoeuvre around the sky as one, they have to anticipate their control input. So you can listen in a minute, listen to the cadence in Red 1's voice commands. It's those commands that he uses with cadence to enable the pilots to fly around as one. But now in from the left with some red, white and blue, this is Phoenix! So listen to that cadence in Red 1's voice. On the leader's right wing is the first of our new pilots this year. He's Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Stu Campbell. Stu is a former instructor on the Tucano aircraft. You saw it display earlier. He was actually the display pilot in 2008, and he then operationally flew the Tornado GR4. Out to the right, the boys have formed our trademark shape. It looks a bit odd with one missing, but they're about to fly the Diamond Roll. And roll. Let's have another big wave then, people! Formations with the odd-numbered pilots on the left-hand side and the even-numbered pilots fly on the right-hand side. In their 3-year tour with the team, the pilots generally start at the front near the leader, and as their proficiency improves, they move further back. Well, this is the point of the show. I normally talk about Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Joe Perston, and I've told you why he's not with us today. Joe's a former Hawk instructor and Tornado pilot. what I'd like everybody here on the seafront to do, we're just filming a message for Joe and Sarah. Sarah's gone through a lot of pain with this labour. So come on, let's all raise the roof. So a big clap and cheer. Let's get this baby out. Ladies and gentlemen, Flight Lieutenant Joe Hurston and his lovely wife, Sarah. There we go. Look left now. The boys are in a very iconic shape, and this is Concorde. Another formation change now. You'll see 2, 4 and 5 move forward from 400 miles an hour at the top of this loop, which is a mile above us. They've slowed down to about 150 miles an hour. You can see they form a feathered arrow shape. Well, back in the 60s, they decided that feathered arrow was a mouthful to say on the radio, so we call this formation Fred. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first half of the Red Arrows display. So far you've seen all 8 aircraft performing close formation aerobatics. We're about to now split down into sections of 2, 3, 4 or 7 aircraft and show you some more dynamic manoeuvring. At the front of the formation normally would be Reds 1 to 5. They're called Enid after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And at the back are Reds 6 to 9. They were known as Jippo, and that was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 when the Red Arrows started flying 9-ship displays in 1968. Well, out to the front you can see they formed that very wide Phoenix shape again. It's now definitely time to get your cameras ready. Smoke comes on. Reds 1, 2, 4, 8 and 9, pull up in Phoenix. Keep your eyes on the blue smoke with the synchro pair beneath. This is the palm split. With his blue smoke going off on the left-hand side is Red 6. He's the leader of the synchro pair, Flight Lieutenant James McMillan. It's James's 3rd and final year with the team. He actually grew up in New Zealand and he joined the Royal Air Force in 2002, becoming a Hawk instructor and Harrier pilot. On the left, Red 6 is followed by Red 8. Looking right with the smoke on is Red 7, chased down by Red 9. These 4 aircraft are now closing at 850 miles an hour. Cameras ready. This is the Jippo pass. Synchro pair turn away from us. They're pulling 6G or 6 times the force of gravity. That means everything in their bodies is weighing 6 times more than normal. These pilots work hard to counter the G-force, and they are now going to roll out towards us to fly the Cyclone. So as the synchro pair now slingshot out to the front, you need to look to your left to find Enid. The wings of Enid drop down to form an inverted V shape. Now look to your right. There's a lone jet. His smoke comes on. Red 9, he's going to fly the goose. Sleepy with a red, white and blue stripe is Red 9. He's Flight Lieutenant Mike Child, and he's another 3rd year pilot with the team. He's a former Hawk instructor and Hawk display pilot, and operationally Mike flew the Typhoons, the Royal Air Force's new multi-role combat aircraft. Look right as Enid climbs steeply, but now direct your eyes straight ahead. The synchro pair pull up at 500 miles an hour and 5 times the force of gravity. They reach a height of 7,000 feet and on comes their white smoke as they get ready to draw a heart. Keep your eyes to the top left of the heart, you'll see a third jet approaching. On comes his smoke now. This is Red 8, he's Flight Lieutenant Martin Pert, a third-year pilot with the team, former Hawk instructor, Hawk display pilot, and operationally Martin flew the Harrier GR9. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, Red 6, 7 and 8 with their heart and spear. The synchro pair are now turning towards us. They're going to now descend to just 100 feet above the sea. They're going to perform the opposition barrel roll. The next call you'll hear is threshold. That's the geographic point, which means they can continue with the manoeuvre. Cameras ready. You need to look to your right. You'll see Enid are being joined by Reds 8 and 9. In fact, Red 8's been flying around at 600 miles an hour to join the rest of the formation, having just drawn the spear in the heart. Pulling up in a 6-ship Vixen formation. Red 1 now twist this loop towards us through 90 degrees in a quarter clover. Now get your cameras ready. This is the vertical brake. Left and right again for the synchro pair, 6 from the right, 7 from the left. With 800 knots closure, they're going to cross 3 times in 6G turns in the carousel. Notice that at each of these 3 crosses, the pilots are swapping their smoke colour using the individual colour control buttons on the aircraft's control column. Now we need to look to your right 45 degrees. Look right 45, Enid are drawing a red, white and blue snake-like shape of smoke in the sky as they fly the Python. Of that lever's benefit shape is Red 4. He's Flight Lieutenant Ollie Parr, and Ollie is a second-year pilot with the team. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot, but he has spent a tour just down the road at Royal Air Force Valley on Anglesey, where we train our advanced flying students using the Hawk. Now bring your eyes to the left-hand side for Jippo. Red 6 and 7 now roll upside down. This is the corkscrew. Red 6 working hard, flying his jet only 8 feet away from Red 7, but doing it while he's upside down. Now look left to find Enid. Red 2 now rolls around Red 4, they'll then match in the rollbacks. Enid finished their rollbacks. Keep your eyes looking to the right, so you'll eventually see the 4 headlights of Jippo. Once again, red 6 and 7 roll upside down. Now 8 and 9 will match their formation underneath. Keep looking right for the mirror pass. Now everybody, let's give the synchro pair a wave as they fly past upside down. Red 6 gives the command for the formation to widen into a 4-ship square card formation. Now look right 45 degrees. Reds 1, 2 and 4 form a 3-ship Vic formation. And here goes red 5, who's going to roll around them a dozen times. This is the Twister! Getting very busy with the next smoke on is Red 5. He's Flight Lieutenant Steve Morris, and he's a second-year pilot with the Red Arrows. He is a former Hawk instructor and operationally has flown both the Harrier GR9 and the Tornado GR4. Now look directly to the front for Jippo. Cameras ready, Reds 8 and 9 pitch up to roll around 6 and 7. They then roll before they split in the Jippo break. With his smoke changing from blue to white on the right hand side is Red 7. He's synchro number 2, Flight Lieutenant Mark Lawson. Mark is in his second year with the team, and his background is solely on the Tornado GR4, where he spent 3 tours. He flew over Iraq, Afghanistan and Libya and became a qualified weapons instructor. Well, the synchro pair now descend to their final manoeuvre of the display. These are the double rolls. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can I have a huge round of applause for the synchro pair? Are being joined by Reds 8 and 9 for the display's finale. The white smoke's on comes the coloured smoke. Get your cameras ready in a 6-ship Vixen formation. This is the Vixen break. With the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows! Red 1's just put his smoke on. He's going to gather all 8 aircraft together and they're going to recover back to Harden Airport, where I'll go and join them. Our engineers are going to turn the jets ready for our flight to our home base at Royal Air Force Scampton, just to the north of Lincoln this evening. If you'd like to find out more about the team, then you can visit our website, which is raf.mod.uk/reds. On Facebook we're RAF Red Arrows, and on Twitter we are @RAF Red Arrows.